before he makes it to the final jump. Come on up. He jumps for it. No, he slipped. No, it's over. Tournament 16, no, it's over on the pinch line. The final obstacle. He was so close.
Today, a new landmark will be reached. For the first time in the history of Spartan Sasuke, 100 competitors have arrived at Stage 1 start line, double the amount of competitors from previous tournaments. Amongst this large crowd of newcomers, including a competitor from American Ninja Warrior, are our usual batch of seasoned veterans and all-stars alike, such as Smoky Massacre, DSG Fireball, the newest all-star Straight Helix, Mr. 100 Ump Double Ump, and many more to join forces in this 100 competitor tournament. Will doubling the amount of competitors open the doors to unprecedented success, or will this just pave way for double the failures? There's only one way to find out, so strap yourselves in and get ready for the ultimate survival attack, Spartan Sasuke! The first stage features many changes from the last tournament since we doubled the amount of competitors. Changes are right off the bat with our new first obstacle, the solar steps, up across the 4 soccer balls colored in like planets to reach the other side, which then leads into the returning Pokeball from the last tournament, into another new obstacle, the Magic Bridge. Competitors will jump across a road of bouncers, and they must be careful not to get too close to the wall, otherwise they'll be eliminated. And then it's the all-familiar jumping spider, which caused lots of damage in its return in the last tournament. And then it leads into our third of 4 new obstacles, the Captain's Swing. Kinda like the double pendulum from tournaments 12 and 13, competitors will jump into 2 swings shaped like captain's wheels. And they must be very careful to not overshoot them. And then it leads into the warped wall, which has been made slightly easier since last tournament. And then that leads into the vehicle swing, where competitors will take the mongoose and then drive it onto the pendulum, which swings. And they must land on that platform there, where they'll then enter the last obstacle, the floating orbs. Also new, competitors will perform the crouch jumps to reach the top within 100 seconds to move on to stage 2. And now it is time to get this party started. 100 competitors, double the amount from previous tournaments. How will our competitors do with twice the amount of chances? We are about to find out with competitor number 1, Sonic Fan 10193. This is a newcomer who's been very excited about competing on Spartan Sasuke, so let's see how he does. He'll have 100 seconds to complete 8 obstacles, beginning with the solar steps. Alright, moving along quite nicely, getting to that 3rd ball, heading into the 4th, and he beats the solar steps. And now for the Pokeball, this didn't cause too much damage last tournament. He walks straight into the ball, and he dismounts. Now can he figure out this next new obstacle, the Magic Bridge? Alright, looks like he's in a full send that this is the recommended technique, which pays off as he enters the jumping spider, which he jumps a little too early there, and our first competitor out on the jumping spider. Alright, now we can move on to our first regular. This is Tacket Toe, followed by a whole bunch of numbers that I refuse to say out loud. He's making his 4th appearance today, made his debut at the start of the season, so let's see how he does. This guy has been known to be a bit of a wally in the past, but how will he do today? He's never beaten the second obstacle, so if he wants to set a new personal best, he's going to have to get through the Pokeball, which he did not attempt last tournament, and he falls right off the back of the ball, And that is another second obstacle failure. And now we can move on to the first of the three Stooges, Shindu 3. He has been demoted to Stooge this tournament. And now Shindu making his way through the solar steps, you know. He's not necessarily not as skilled as someone like Mumbles Fodderty, but you know, he's more skilled than that, but I don't know, he just seems to be a bit of a Wally. And like, it's kind of hard to put up with in parties, but he's moving really slow here on the Pokeball at the pace of a Stooge indeed. But he has been on a spree of failing the third obstacle as of late, so let's see if he can get through the Magic Bridge. And oh, he gets way too close to the wall. Like I was saying earlier, if you get too close to that wall, it's going to knock you off. And that's exactly what happened. Alright, now we can move on to Mumbles Fodderty, one of the least skilled competitors ever, rarely ever beats the first obstacle, but he gets the first two jumps nicely. Alright, taking his time going into the third one. He may be in of a chance of beating the first obstacle this tournament. He's on the fourth one, and he's done it! Korea! Fast Toyedia Kalia! And he's on the Pokeball, the second obstacle, and sorry, what did I miss? I'm sure he went back and failed the first obstacle like he was supposed to, but I guess we're on to Umpus Awesome, the last of the three Stooges. And that was quick. He just tried to moonwalk into the first ball, and that strategy failed spectacularly. And now we're on to Textural Skate 66, making his third appearance. He used to be a Stooge in the last tournament, but not anymore. We gave that to Shindu 3 earlier, so Textural Skate now a regular. Let's see how he does. He almost slips off that first ball on the solar steps. Gotta be really careful of that. But making good work of this first obstacle. And he's through the solar steps. Not the quickest pace, but he's eyeing down the Pokeball. Let's see how he'll do here. Alright. Having nice control here, rolling that ball down the track. And gets to the other end. Now for the Magic Bridge. Let's see if he can get through this obstacle. He's lining up for the jump. And it looks like he's going to take a different approach here. A much slower, more risky approach. But he makes it pay off. And he's looking into the jumping spider. Hesitated there for a moment. But now here he goes. And Textural Skate sticks the inside of the jumping spider. He's putting on a very good run so far, and he's out on the third jump of the jumping spider. Oh, that is tough. Alright, time for our first fast forward. Mount Richard failed the solar steps, followed by Neurovic 1113, a bunch of numbers there. And then Blackhawk shot the Pokeball off the track, and then he just decides to just walk on the track like a Wally. And just becomes a complete noob. And then our next competitor, Fake Mosquito, went out on the Magic Bridge. Got too close to that wall and just ascends straight to heaven. And looks like he's not coming down. Bye-bye. See you in heaven, I guess. I don't know. Alright, 10 competitors have gone. Next up, we have Silent Ghost 1239. Made his debut in the last tournament. Now he's back for appearance number 2. Alright, taking his time here on the solar steps. And does not make it to the end. He fails the dismount of the solar steps as Smokey Massacre joins the party. I think he's why he failed there. Freaking Smokey. Anyways, now we have Silent Ghost's friend, NK2018. I refuse to say the full name out loud, because you know that's kind of inappropriate. But he's off. Nevertheless, back for his third appearance today. He was number 1 in Tournament 15. And now let's see how he does today. Oh, and he comes up short of the third ball. He couldn't even best his own friend. What a shame. And now, we're on to Hobo Solo 1. I'm solo, I'm Han Solo. Alright, enough of that. I already made that joke last tournament, it's not even funny. Alright, Hobo Solo 1, back for his second appearance today. He made his debut in the last tournament, and now he's off for his 100 seconds in Tournament 17. Alright, gets through the solar steps unlike our previous 2 competitors, and looks like he's gonna walk straight into the Pokeball much like Sonic Fan earlier. And he's at a pretty good pace so far going into the Magic Bridge. This is a guy who definitely looks like has put in some practice this tournament. But now into the Jumping Spider, one of the toughest obstacles here on Stage 1. And oh, he just comes up short. He had a chance but couldn't quite capitalize. Alright, time for our next fast forward. At Zevis, I don't know how to pronounce that, fails the Solar Steps, as well as Tiger Rock 28, followed by Baron Fatal, who went out on the next obstacle, the Pokeball touching the track, which gets you disqualified. And now we move on to Minty Grizzlies. I hate this guy. I just want to let everybody know how much of a slag he is. You know, I play with this guy all the time in Halo Basketball. He is the worst person in Xbox Live. Like, he doesn't even deserve to live on this planet. I hate him that much. He deserves to sell his Xbox. You hear me, Ninty? Sell your Xbox and get off planet Earth. You know, go to freaking Pluto already. It's not even a planet in our solar system, apparently, according to some people. And he just shoots the Pokeball straight off. Yeah, bye-bye. You suck. Get out of here. Alright. Enough of that rant. On to Ninja Warrior 718, making his landmark 10th appearance today. And ironically, being number 18 in the run order this tournament means he's the 718th competitor overall to run Spartan Sasuke. Bit ironic, but it's very fitting on his landmark 10th appearance. Although he hasn't had as much success, he's never beaten Stage 1 before. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's never beaten the trampoline obstacle, if I can remember correctly. In this tournament, it's the Jumping Spider, so let's see if he can get that far. He failed the Pokeball last tournament, but he gets through it this time. He's taking the slow approach, much like Textural Skate. He also makes it pay off. But now here's the Jumping Spider, an obstacle he's never attempted before. He sticks the inside, much like Textural Skate. But can he get through the inside portion unlike him? One more jump to left to go. Now for the dismount, and Ninja Warrior 718 is through the Jumping Spider, putting on a very good run so far, heading into the Captain Swing. Oh, he's got to move forward to get it swinging there. It's a fail-safe. Oh, he jumped way too early there. He should have waited till that swing reached its peak, and he jumped a little early there and fails. All right, JDM Moses fails the Pokeball, and there's Smoky Massacre. It's not your turn yet, Smoky. Get out of here. Alright, and then we had Snake Hunter 188. He also failed the Pokeball. And then after him, we had Shot Wolf, who does probably the most idiotic thing ever. Probably forgot his car keys, but who cares? He's an idiot still, and a complete total noob. Alright, contestant number 22, we have Wiser Buckle. He's more commonly known, to me at least, as Spacey Racy. And he's been a guy who's very excited about competing in this tournament. And now here he is, making his debut on Spartan Sasuke. He's well known in the Roblox community, but making his first appearance on, I believe, any Halo jumping course. Can't remember if he competed in Hunter's 20th tournament. I don't think he did, but here he is in Spartan Sasuke 17, and he walks off the Pokeball. Yeah, those rolling balls are a lot different than the ones on Roblox. And he fails the Pokeball. Alright, now for California Stark. He wore number 1 in the last tournament where he failed the first obstacle. And now here he is back for his second appearance. Alright, halfway through the solar steps. And making good work of it. Moving into the Pokeball, setting himself a personal best. Alright, doing a 360 there on the Pokeball. That's a bit of a showboat move there. But he makes it through, eyeing down the Magic Bridge. Gets the momentum. Alright, let's see if he can make it to the end. He's looking good, and he makes it. And doing a little teabag celebration there. And it looks like he's going to shoot the ground there on the jumping spider where he's supposed to jump. Maybe it's going to help him. Who knows? It helps some competitors. Let's see if it helps California Stark. And it does not. All that work for nothing. Good job. Alright. Contestant number 24, Non-Zero Owl 9400. Back for his third appearance today. How will he do today? 100 seconds for 8 obstacles. And off into the solar steps he goes. Non-Zero into the third one. Earth, heading to Mars, and through the solar steps. Now for the Pokeball. Who almost overshoots the ball there. Looks like he's having a bit of a trouble getting the ball rolling. Alright, he's finally getting the ball onto the track. Oh no, he touched the track. He's out. If you touch that track, it is an instant disqualification, and he knew that well. Alright, now for Spartan Walnut 71, the competitor who kicked off Season 4, is now our quarterway competitor. Yeah, normally by this point in previous tournaments, we'd be halfway through Stage 1, but if you notice on the top left top left of the screen, we have 100 competitors as opposed to 50 from previous tournaments, so we got a lot more runs to go after Spartan Walnut. But how will he do here in Tournament 17? We're going pretty slow here on the Pokeball, staying really close to the front of that ball. Makes it move slower the further forward you are. Alright, heading into the Magic Bridge. First bounce, second bounce, third, and he's through into the Jumping Spider. Can he figure out this obstacle? Gets the bounce and makes the jump inside. Well timed by Spartan Walnut. Gets that third jump, looking into the fourth one. And oh, he waltzed right off. He almost had it, but so close, yet so far away. Alright, next fast forward. Photops, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. He fails the Magic Bridge, as well as Sophisticated. Again, kind of hard to pronounce these. And then after him, we had Young Simba, which, yeah, I'm just going to say it right now, the original Lion King is way better than the new one. Anyways, now we can move on to Asians, making his 5th appearance today. He missed the last tournament, but he returns for his 5th appearance today. And he's off on the Tournament 17 course. He's a member of the Halo Basketball League and is the team captain for the No Nut Knights. It used to be Siren back in Season 1, but now Asians has been promoted to the leader of that team. And speaking of Siren, he's not competing in this tournament. He unfortunately missed the deadline, so unfortunately he'll have to wait another tournament before he can compete again. Anyways, back to Asians. He's already through the first 3 obstacles, eyeing down the Jumping Spider. He was a little worried about this. And he comes up short just a little early there, and the team captain of the No Nut Knights is out. And now we have Demigods. He is a team member of the Samurai, and there's his team captain Smoky Massacre wishing him good luck here on Stage 1. And he walks off the first ball. Clearly that was not good luck. But now we can move on to our next competitor. Throughout the history of Spartan Sasuke, we've seen many competitors come and go. From best friends, to stars from other games, as well as stars of old. But I bet you haven't seen anyone quite like this. It's a cat. Yep, you're seeing this correctly, people. We have a live cat, an actual cat, getting ready to attempt the Spartan Sasuke course. And just happens to be Gotenks' cat. But I think this marks the first time in the history of Halo jumping that we've had an animal of any sort attempt a course. Throughout the 12-year history of this community, I don't think we've had an animal attempt a course, but here is Gotenks' cat apparently taking over Gotenks' controller to take on Spartan Sasuke.
Oh, we're getting it. Oh, yeah. No, no, no.
Well, that happened. Anyways, let's fast forward. Atlas Manual fails the solar steps, and then Infinity 77 completely flops the Pokeball, and then Toto Sarati completely screws up on the Magic Bridge. And now we can move on to Crown Ferret 19, making his 4th appearance today. He was known as Irish 1200 back when he competed in Halo Reach. He's well known in the Roblox community since then. And now, here he is making his 4th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He put in a lot of practice for this tournament, and now we're about to see if that practice can pay off. Alright, maneuvering the Pokeball, he failed the swing bridge last tournament, which was the 3rd obstacle. Now it has been replaced with the Magic Bridge. Alright, getting through it nicely. Now eyeing down the Jumping Spider. Can he beat this much like Ninja Warrior earlier? Alright, he sticks the inside of the Jumping Spider. We've seen a couple competitors already fail the inside portion. Alright, gets that 4th jump, 5th jump, and Crown Ferret is through. But can he be the first to defeat the Captain Swing? He uses that pole in the middle to help slow him down. That's a good strategy. And goes straight into the 2nd swing, and Ferret has beaten the Captain Swing. Now for the Warped Wall. He's putting on a very impressive run so far, and he's up the Warped Wall in 1. 30 seconds left. He's gonna want to keep up a good pace if he wants to be our first finisher. He's into the Vehicle Swing, gets a good landing on that pendulum. Ooh, nicely done. Into the Floating Orbs, and he comes up short. Crown Ferret, he was so close, but he cannot get a mount into the final obstacle, the Floating Orbs. Yeah, it's a little scary to dismount on the Vehicle Swing, but he makes it through, but fails to get into the final obstacle, the Floating Orbs. What a shame to see him go out so late. Well, our crowd is getting very hyped right now, because up next at the starting line, we have a major star from the neighboring communities. Next to take on the course this tournament is Furisu Kodo. More commonly known as Furipu, he is one of the biggest stars in Roblox jumping, earning the All-Star rank in Ninja Warrior of Roblox. But it's not just success he's had in Roblox, he's also had success in real-life Ninja Warrior, where he, Philip Scott, cleared Stage 1 in the 2018 National Ninja League Finals.
Come on, Phil! Yes! Yeah!
He then returned for the 2019 Finals, where he was only one of 15 competitors to defeat the 3rd obstacle, the Monstro Swing. Beyond that, he got the call to compete on American Ninja Warrior, where he placed good enough in the Cincinnati qualifiers to advance to the city finals on August 19th. Having become a star in both Roblox and real-life Ninja Warrior, the question is, can he become a star in Halo jumping? Halo jumping is a lot different compared to Roblox and especially real-life Ninja Warrior. But knowing Furipu how good he is at both of those things, I think he can make something special here on his debut in Halo jumping. So let's see if he can make the most of it on his very first attempt at a Halo course. Alright, he's doing pretty good so far, getting through the solar steps. Faripu, Quasimodo, whatever you want to call him, he's onto the Pokeball. We're just gonna call him Faripu for now, since that's what he's best known as. Anyways, he's into the Magic Bridge, going for the full Sin strat, the recommended strat. And through another obstacle, heading into the Jumping Spider, and he sticks the inside of the Jumping Spider, making very good work here on his very first attempt at the course. Gets the 4th jump, about to beat the Jumping Spider. Faripu. Oh no, he comes up short of the dismount! Oh, Faripu, what happened here? Yeah, I thought he had the Jumping Spider. He was doing very well up until that moment, but as you can see here in the replay, it looked like he rushed the dismount and thus couldn't get enough momentum to reach the other side. But nevertheless, a good run on his first attempt. But now we can move on to the host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox. This is Bubba Ace 37 making his 9th appearance today. Bubba Ace has planned to start a new era of Ninja Warrior of Roblox called Ninja Warrior of Roblox Rising. And now, he's back for his 9th appearance today. Last tournament, he set himself a personal best, getting all the way to the Jumping Spider. Now let's see if he can get back there and furthermore beat it and hopefully get his first stage 1 clear. I think he's in of a chance, since he did clear the stage in practice, but can he do it here when it matters most? Alright, navigating the Magic Bridge with ease, and now the Jumping Spider where he failed last tournament, and jumps too late, and that is another failure on the Jumping Spider for Bubba Ace. Oh well. Alright, time for our next fast forward. Elect Ash 9 fails the solar steps, and then X-Men fails the Magic Bridge, as well as Dark Star 9980. He does something a little different here. He tries using the front of the wall here, but it's to no avail. It was a poor strategy, and it completely backfired. And now we can move on to the jumping group called the Quad Squad. And the first of 4 members, a wipeout course. Making his 5th appearance today, he's kind of known as the derp of this group. Now, let's see how he does. He has put in a lot of practice this tournament from what he told me, so let's see if he can make it count here. Doing a Michael Jackson moonwalk here, showing no respect for the Pokeball whatsoever, and he gets through the Pokeball. Doing a little teabag celebration, no respect whatsoever. Heading into the Magic Bridge, gets the first bounce, second bounce, third, and through another obstacle. Heading into the Jumping Spider, we just saw both Faripu and Bubba Ace fail here. Oh, he's spamming crouch there. He's very happy he stuck that ledge. It's a very hard jump. And into that 4th jump, sticks it. Taking a lot of time here. He's down to less than 50 seconds, so he's going to want to pick it up here. Come on. He's still rolling around. That might cost him later on. Every second is valuable here. Even though 100 seconds may seem lenient, you want to make everything count here. He's already down to 30 seconds as he gets through the Captain Swing. And now for the water ball, he's going to want to get up it here, which he does not get up it on his first attempt. Going for his second attempt. He's not doing the short run up that is recommended. He's using all of it, which can mess up with your timing. And now the klaxon has sounded. He's reloading his saw. He knows the run's over. He knows he's doomed. And that is a warped wall time up. A wipeout course out of time on the 6th obstacle, the warped wall. We don't see too many warped wall time ups here on Spartan Sasuke, but a wipeout course just did. And now we can move on to the next member of the Quad Squad, Emerald Dragon. He's a bit of a youthful member of this group, making only his third appearance on Spartan Sasuke, but he's through the first obstacle, eyeing down the Pokeball. Let's see how he does here. He had a rather unfortunate fail in the last tournament. He beat the Pokeball, but when he was lining up for the third obstacle, he backed up too much and fell off the platform. Hopefully he won't repeat the same mistake here, which he does not. And he's through another obstacle. Alright, I bet he's glad to get through that, but here's an even tougher obstacle. The Jumping Spider. Ooh, that's way too early there. And Emerald Dragon out on the Jumping Spider. Alright, on to Score Bunny Rocks 8, making her 8th appearance. Oh, and yeah, we're gonna have to censor that. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that's... Look away, Roblox kids. Alright, she's done. Alright, on to the real run. Alright, she's going quickly through the solar steps. And she's making her 8th appearance today. Heading through the Pokeball, putting on a pretty fast run so far. As she gets ready to enter the Magic Bridge, she's using the left side as opposed to the right side. And she's through another obstacle. Now for the Jumping Spider where Emerald Dragon just failed. And she sticks the inside of the Jumping Spider. Yeah, we don't see too many female competitors do well here on Spartan Sasuke. But Score Bunny Rocks 8 proving us wrong. As she beats the Jumping Spider. Ooh, almost overshoots that first Captain Swing. But she overshoots the second one. That is a ripperoni. Alright, now we're on to the leader of the Quad Squad. This is Seeker Squad 157, making his 5th appearance today. He nearly defeated the first stage last tournament, where he ran out of time on the vehicle swing from failing the warp wall too many times. He's put in a lot of practice going into this tournament, very determined to clear stage 1 for his first time. Now we're about to see if he can do so when it matters most. Alright, Seeker Squad doing pretty well so far, heading into the Magic Bridge, using the left side much like Score Bunny earlier. And heading into the Jumping Spider, taking his time going into this obstacle, and makes the bounce. Alright, he's on a pretty good pace so far, wanting to get to the warp wall pretty quickly, so he can have more attempts at it. Alright, he's into the Captain Swing where Score Bunny just failed. Ooh, hanging back a little there, but he gets the second swing and through another obstacle, and now his nemesis, the warped wall. He did get up it in Tournament 16, and he's up it in 1 this time. He's in a very good chance of clearing Stage 1 this tournament. He's in the vehicle swing. He did beat this obstacle. Oh, he nearly fell off there, but a spectacular recovery. Yeah, he's definitely celebrating after that. And he sticks the jump onto the final obstacle, the floating orbs. He's nearing the top. He's going to be our first finisher of Tournament 17 and does so with 12.3 seconds left on the clock. Seeker Squad 157 on his 5th appearance becomes the first competitor this tournament to clear Stage 1 of Spartan Sasuke. He got up the warp wall, which gave him up the warp wall in 1, which gave him a lot of trouble in the last tournament. He had a very close call here on the vehicle swing when he got flipped sideways, but he was able to recover to get his first clear in Spartan Sasuke. Alright, time for our next fast forward. Paperland. He failed the solar steps, followed by Abarotez Lopez. He also failed the solar steps. And then the Pharaoh, or the Pharaoh, I don't know. He went out on the Magic Bridge, unlike the previous 2 competitors. And now we have Quantum Xenon, a newcomer. This guy is a very close friend of Alpha Puma. This guy, who put in a lot of training for this tournament, was trained by Alpha Puma. So let's see if he can prove his master good. Alpha Puma retired in the last tournament, so he's move the torch to this competitor right here. And now we're about to see if the pupil's training can pay off. Heading into the jumping spider. Gets a very good jump into that. Now we had a newcomer clear in the last tournament, El Tigre Blanco. Unfortunately, he's not competing in this tournament. So, let's see if Quantum Xenon can be the next newcomer clear. He's already halfway through the stage. Ooh, bit of lag here on the captain swing. Gets the second one. Ooh, lagging here too. But gets through it. 40 seconds left as he enters the warp wall. And he's up and in one. His training paying off so far. But the vehicle swing is an obstacle you cannot underestimate. He's taking a bit of a slower approach there. Ooh, using a bit of the side a little more. Not quite as crazy as Seeker Swad, but he also gets into the floating orbs. And just like El Tigre Blanco in the last tournament, we're going to have another newcomer clear stage 1 this tournament. And it's going to be Quantum Xenon with 6.2 seconds left on the clock. The pupil proving his master well that he can do well on Spartan Sasuke. Clearing stage 1 on his very first attempt. Yeah, he had a bit of lag here on the captain swing, which is backed up by the fact that both Puma and Xenon share the same Xbox. But Xenon moving on to stage 2 for his master. Alright, now we have Petrillo Fan 4 making his second appearance on Spartan Sasuke. This guy cleared stage 1 in Halo Ninja Warrior Tournament 20. So, he cleared on his first attempt at that. He made his debut on Spartan Sasuke in the last tournament, where he went out on the jumping spider. Now let's see if he could get through that and hopefully become our third finisher. It'd be pretty nice to have 2 clears in a row, but if anyone is to do it, I think Patril is in a good chance. Using a bit of a slower approach here, and gets through the magic bridge. Heading into the jumping spider, he failed last tournament, and he jumps too early. He can't even get into the jumping spider this time. Alright, we're nearly halfway through. Next up, making his landmark 10th appearance on the course is Killer the Man. He had a pretty unfortunate failure in the last tournament, going out on the first obstacle, the Dancing Stones, and now here he is on the Solar Steps, and he's out on the first obstacle again. Killer, what is it with him in the first obstacle? I'll never understand. Alright, and with that, we are halfway through the first stage. 50 have attempted so far, 2 have cleared. Now we move on to the second half of competition, beginning with our very first number 51. This is Z-Master. Z-Master is a pro when it comes to Halo jumping. He has competed on Halo Ninja Warrior. I'm pretty sure he competed on Hunter's Course. I can't quite remember. I think he did. But either way, the last time he competed on a jumping course was back on Halo the Master Chief Collection in 2015, which is about 4 years ago. So Z-Master back in Halo jumping for his first time since then. Z-Master heading into the jumping spider now. I know he did a run for Halo Ninja Warrior Tournament 20, but technically he did a run for this tournament before he did his run for Halo Ninja Warrior 20. So we're just gonna say this came first before that. So anyways, he's through the jumping spider spectacularly. He's onto the captain's swing, heading into the second one. Oh, it's just slightly overshoots it, and he slips off the front of the second one as it begins to swing. But not bad for a 4-year hiatus. Alright, now we have a spree of jumping spider fails, Taco Stranger 000, and then Little Subnight, Immortal Gamer, all failing the jumping spider in quite horrible ways. And I was also followed up with Bimodal Parrot 21, who also failed the jumping spider. Alright, 5 more runs left to go here on daytime. Next up, Midnight Scout 39. And the nice thing about these 100 competitor tournaments is that we get to see a lot of newcomers take on the course. And Midnight Scout 39 is just one of the many newcomers in this tournament. Alright, doing nicely here on the solar steps, sprinting to each ball, and he's through the first obstacle. Alright, heading into the Pokeball. Ooh, he's jumping on the ball. Ooh, can't keep up. You really don't want to jump while the ball's rolling down the track. And he pays the price. Alright, now we move on to Inferno Thomas, and he's already out. Well, that was short. Alright, on to Cowboys Fan 1995. No thank you. In fact, I bet he has 1995 in the gamer tag because that's probably the last time the Cowboys were even relevant. Why am I talking about the NFL? I don't even like the NFL. Let's just see how he does. Anyways, Cowboys fan, on to the Pokeball. Second obstacle. This is a soccer ball. You know, they call it a football outside of America. Oh, what a noob. Anyways, on to Indigo Plateau 96. I'm sorry. The fact that Cowboys fan failed the Pokeball, it's just spectacular. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to Indigo Plateau. Alright, Indigo onto the Pokeball. Having a bit of trouble getting it onto the track, but controlling it pretty nicely nevertheless. Moving on to the Magic Bridge. Lining up for the obstacle. Gets the first bounce, second, third bounce, and through another obstacle into the Jumping Spider. This obstacle has been causing a lot of damage so far. And oh, she doesn't crouch. I think she would have had it had she crouched there. And yes, it's a she. Anyways, now to the final run of daytime. We have Glacier Ripcord 4. Anyways, how will he do? Glacier through the solar steps into the Pokeball. Ooh, shoots the ball there. Oh, that could have been very costly there. Yeah, you really don't want to shoot that ball, but somehow gets away with it. I don't know how, but he managed to figure out a way to get away with that. Bit of a tongue twister. Anyways, onto the Jumping Spider. He also fails it, much like Indigo Plateau. And now the sun begins to set as we are 60 runs into this tournament. 40 more left to go. And next up, we have Wolf Ninja 1225, back for his 9th appearance on the course. This guy cleared stage 1 before. He's the first veteran in this tournament to take on the course. He cleared stage 1 back in tournament 13, which that was over a year ago. Last tournament, he failed the Jumping Spider, but now Wolf Ninja really wants to get another clear under his belt, especially the fact that it's been over a year since the last time he's seen the finish line. But, you know, it's not an easy stage 1. Only 2 of the previous 60 competitors have cleared stage 1, but he is a veteran, so I bet he'll do very good here. He's into the Jumping Spider. He failed last tournament. He sticks the inside portion of the Jumping Spider, making good work of it. Minute left as he dismounts from the Jumping Spider, doesn't pull a Furipu. Anyways, he's into the Captain's Swing. He said he was a little worried about this obstacle, but sticking each jump very nicely as he enters the warped wall. Wolf Ninja, who does not get up it on his first go, goes for a second attempt, and he's up it in 2. Alright, he's in a very good position, but he's going to want to get into the Mongoose if he wants to clear for his second time. Gets a good landing on the pendulum of the vehicle swing. Ooh, almost overshoots the platform there. That was pretty scary there too. Anyways, Wolf Ninja, he's climbing the floating orbs, and he's going to get his second clear with 13.3 seconds left on the clock. Wolf Ninja 225, for his first time in over a year, has cleared the first stage. he had a bit of a scare here on the vehicle swing. He stuck the pendulum very nicely, but nearly overshot the platform. He got out at just the right moment, which then accommodated in him getting his second Stage 1 clear. Well done, Wolf Ninja. Alright, now we're back to the newcomers. Next up, Amethyst Spine 43. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but we're just going to pronounce it like that for now. Amethyst Spine, or Amethyst, I don't know. Anyways, we're just going to call him Spine, because why not? Anyway, Spine onto the Pokeball. Alright, ooh, having a little trouble getting the ball rolling. Ooh, he's still standing there. Come on, get that ball rolling. There you go. Alright, Spine. Ooh, he's jumping on the Pokeball too. Oh dear, that was terrible. And just creams himself by the ball. That was terrible. Anyways, on to Master Chief. This guy's actually making his second appearance on the course. He last competed back in Tournament 13, where he proved to be one of the biggest stooges ever. I mean, obviously he's not one of the three stooges, but he's pretty close, I guess. So, Master Chief, back for his second appearance. He's shooting each of the balls on the solar swing. That's not very wise of you, Master Chief. Come on. Unless if it's the Master Chief from RB and the Chief, which, you know, that would make sense, honestly. Alright, he's beating the solar steps, but he's still dancing around. Down to 72 seconds. He's not treating this course seriously whatsoever. No respect at all. As he enters the Pokeball. Ooh, he's done a moonwalk it, much like a Wipeout course earlier. Let's see how he does. Ooh, he's moving it pretty slow here. Near the end of the track. And, oh, he comes up short. Can't quite moonwalk it, unlike a Wipeout course. And now we have Spartan Locke making his debut. You know, for every Master Chief, I guess we have a Spartan Locke, which I'm surprised he isn't a character in RB and the Chief already, but he's making his debut on Spartan Sasuke, and he'll have 100 seconds. Now, Spartan Locke, like, I don't have a problem with him, like, in the campaign, but, you know, I kind of wish we would have seen more of Master Chief in the Halo 5 campaign, you know? I really think Halo Infinite will do a good job of fixing that. On which that comes out holiday 2020, so really looking forward to that coming out. Anyways, he's already through the first two obstacles, heading into the Magic Bridge, taking this course a lot more seriously than the Chief, which... Alright, looks like he's gonna shoot the ground on the jumping spider, much like California Stark earlier, but however, he was not able to make that technique work. Let's see if Spartan Locke can do it, and he can't. He's out on the jumping spider. Alright, time for our next fast forward. DSG Ryolu fails the solar steps, followed by the Bowdy, and then Mr. Smiley01 fails the jumping spider. And now we move on to H&W Superman 68 making his 6th appearance on the course. This guy got really far in Tournament 14, getting to the 7th of 10 obstacles, which at the time was the crazy wall. And now, Superman back for his 6th appearance today. H&W Superman 68, number 68 in the run order, as he gets through the solar steps. Not the quickest pace, so he's going to want to pick it up here if he wants to be in good position on the later obstacles. Anyways, Superman, he's through the Pokeball, eyeing down the Magic Bridge. And second bounce, third bounce, ooh, he's going a little slow, and he comes up short of the dismount. And now we have the illustrious and infamous numero 69, Alright, this guy, I'm not trying to be rude here, but, you know, this guy tends to be a little inappropriate whenever we talk in parties, so I'm gonna be honest, if you're gonna keep this up, Cheese, then there is a good chance I might penalize you in a future tournament, so please do everyone in the jumping community a favor and stop talking about all these inappropriate topics. Just please keep it family friendly if all possible. That would be very nice. Anyways, back to the run. He's inside the jumping spider. He failed the vehicle swing in the last tournament. And he's making his 11th appearance today. He's into the captain swing. Making good work of the obstacles. Jumps over to the other side. Well, that's pretty good strategy. He makes it pay off. Now for the warped wall. Doesn't get up it on his first go. Still got plenty of time here. Up it in 2. And now for the obstacle he failed in the last tournament. This is the vehicle swing. Alright. Jeez. Into the... Oh, got a terrible landing on the pendulum. And he falls off. And yet another vehicle swing failure for Cheese. And now for another newcomer, Star Killer 0. Alright, he'll have 100 seconds to get through 8 obstacles, and Star Killer is off on the solar steps. Gets into the 3rd step, 4th step, and Star Killer is through into the Pokeball. Alright, let's see how he'll do here. Alright, ooh, he's moving the ball a little slow. Alright, starting to pick up the pace. And gets the jump onto the Pokeball, and he's through another obstacle. Alright, he's shooting the edge of the red carpet there to help eye him down on the magic bridge, and he's heading into the jumping spider. A very tough obstacle. Alright, he's gonna shoot it much like Spartan Lock earlier, but will he be the first to do it with this technique? And no, absolutely not. Alright, 30 competitors left to go now. Next up, making his 15th appearance on Spartan Sasuke is Snozberries. And there's Mochi Massacre, one of his best friends, wishing him good luck. Now, Snoz did admit that he was having some controller issues, so hopefully that won't affect him here when it matters most. Alright, Snoz doesn't get to jump into the 3rd one, and this is exactly what I was just talking about. Yeah, he was having some controller issues, and it strikes at the worst possible time. He's out on the 1st obstacle. He failed the 1st obstacle, the cat grab, back in tournament 12, and now he's out on arguably a much easier obstacle, the solar steps. Oh, what a shame! And now we move on to Gotaint. He is the team captain of the Shooting Stars and the commissioner of the Halo Basketball League. This man has been to the final stage 3 times on Halo Ninja Warrior, but has yet to clear stage 1 here on Spartan Sasuke. He's making his 11th appearance today, and on 4 of his previous 10 appearances on Spartan Sasuke, he's come very close to clearing stage 1. The closest coming in tournament 13 when he ran out of time at the end, and coming very close again in the last tournament, suffering a very unfortunate failure on the vehicle swing when he jumps off the wrong side of the mongoose. And now, Gotaint's back for tournament 17. If this is a time to get his first clear, this is definitely it. This is a guy who's come so close on so many occasions. He might be one of the unluckiest competitors when it comes to this course. But having failed stage 1 10 tournaments in a row, surely now this must be his time. Surely it must be it. Anyways, Gotaint through the Pokeball. He's very hungry to get a stage 1 clear this time. You know, finally put his bad luck behind him and move on to the 2nd stage. Gotaint into the jumping spider. He beat this in the last tournament. However, this is what he failed in his debut back in tournament 7. But Gotaint's through another obstacle, heading into the captain swing. Alright, taking his time going into this obstacle. Alright, gets the first one. Gotta move forward a little to get it start swinging. And into the 2nd one nicely. less than 40 seconds as he dismounts from the obstacle. Now he probably won't have too many attempts at this warp wall, so he's gonna need to make it count here. Ooh, does not get up it in 1. 30 seconds left. As he gets up it in 2, he's gonna have to pick it up here if he wants to clear. Alright, here it is, the vehicle suite. This is where he failed in the last tournament, and he flips out! No! Don't take these out, he's been disqualified! He fell out of the mongoose. If you get out of the mongoose, if you even get flipped off, that is a disqualification. And Gotanes, how more unlucky could you possibly get? He gets a bad run on that ramp, which caused him to get flipped over. Here on the swing, Gotanes, what is it with him in the stage 1? I'll never understand. Will he ever clear stage 1? And this vehicle swing has taken him out 2 tournaments in a row. Just when will he clear? Anyways, next fast forward. Soul Killer fails the solar steps, followed by Piper Spartan 343 out in the Pokeball. Darka 34318 does something weird on the Magic Bridge, does not pay off. And then Trash Tomato 995 out in the Jumping Spider, and there I was in the background for a moment. Anyways, 4 competitors left before we dim the lights. Next up we have Verdant Aviator 5, another one of these newcomers. Anyways, let's see how he does here, taking his time here on these solar steps, making sure he gets each jump down. And it's taking a lot of time here, nearly 20 seconds just to get through that first obstacle. Alright, he's at a bit of a slow pace at the moment going into the Pokeball, having a bit of trouble getting the ball rolling onto the track. Ooh, a lot of trouble actually. He's already down to 66 seconds as he finally gets the ball rolling onto the track. Alright, and he gets through the obstacle despite all the trouble. He's into the Magic Bridge. Oh, he hits the front of the wall there, and it bounced him off. Tough luck. Alright, next up we have EXC Master 666. I bet he'd make a good creepypasta. Anyways, he'll have 100 seconds for 8 obstacles, and EXC is off into the solar steps. Eyeing down each of the planets. And comes up short of Mars. That is rough. Alright, now we're on to contestant number 79, Deep Fry Fish Stick. Alright, another newcomer. Just going pretty quickly here on the solar steps. Oh no, he also comes up short of the 4th ball, much like EXC Master. Alright, final run on Sunset. Next up we have Codename Apple. Let's see how he does here. 100 seconds. As he's off on the Jumping Spider. Not the Jumping Spider, Solar Steps. Sorry. Jeez. I'm terrible. Anyways. He's onto the Pokeball. Alright. Please excuse my horribleness from earlier. At least I actually caught that one. Alright. Anyways, he's onto the Magic Bridge. And does not get a second bounce. And he's off on the Magic Bridge. He couldn't even get to the Jumping Spider despite my mistake from earlier. And now we have dimmed the lights with just 20 competitors left to take on stage 1. And we're going to continue with the newcomers here with Tony Stewart 20. Now, for those of you wondering, yes, I did make my old NR 2003 videos private. Well, they're actually not that old. Like, they're actually pretty recent, but yes, I did make them private since I put that show on hiatus. I'm probably going to do something else in the fall. Thinking about doing Let's Plays, so if you'd like to see maybe like a Let's Play on this channel, feel free to let me know, and I might just get one started. Anyways, Tony Stewart 20. Already through the first 2 obstacles, heading into the Magic Bridge where Codename Apple just fell. And now we have a Jumping Spider attempt. Anyways, Tony Stewart 20 into the Jumping Spider, and he sticks the inside of it. Nicely done. Alright, gets that second jump. Looking into the 3rd one.
Good, into the fourth one, and he comes up short of the fourth one. And another victim of the inside of the jumping spider. Alright, now we got another newcomer. This is Spirit Scorcher. Pretty cool looking armor there, actually. Anyways, Spirit Scorcher, 100 seconds as he enters the solar steps. Very quickly through the first obstacle. He's straight into the Pokeball. This guy, a man on a mission right now. He must have put in some training here for this tournament as he gets ready to enter the Magic Bridge. Took a bit of time dismounting from the Pokeball. Oh no, he hits the front of the wall there. Oh, is he going to be able to recover? Yes, oh no, he overshot the end of the bouncers. That is a shame. Anyways, next up we have Wiggle Queen. Kind of resembles Talking King's armor, old armor. And speaking of Talking King, he is not competing in this tournament. So, Wiggle Queen filling in for Talking King. Anyways, Wiggle Queen already through the first two obstacles. Heading into the third obstacle, the Magic Bridge. Just the second bounce, third bounce, and quickly through that. As we're entering the Jumping Spider and comes up short of the bounce. Next up, we have Weapon Matt. Weapon Matt first competed back in Tournament 2, where he was one of 11 competitors in that tournament to clear Stage 1. He then returned the next tournament to get yet another Stage 1 clear. However, after that, he had a rather long string of unsuccess, beginning in Tournament 4, where he failed the fourth obstacle, the Jumping Rings. He missed Tournament 5, came back for Tournament 6, where he was only one of 3 competitors that tournament to beat the Flying Chute. However, in Tournament 7, he couldn't even get that far. However, in Tournament 9, he nearly defeated Stage 1, but like in Tournament 6, came up short. However, going into Tournament 10, he made a comeback and finally cleared Stage 1 again. I was able to follow that up in Tournament 11, clearing with one of the fastest times in that tournament, and then again in Tournament 12. However, in Tournament 12, he put on his best run in Spartan Sasuke, where he got to Stage 3 for his first and only time so far, failing on the cliffhanger. However, after Tournament 12, he's been back to his way of failing Stage 1. And he's failed in all of Tournaments 13 through 15. He missed Tournament 16. However, going into this tournament, Tournament 17, Weapon Matt has announced that he will be retiring from Spartan Sasuke. Last time he attempted Spartan Sasuke, Tournament 15, the Bloodbath Tournament, he rushed the Fishbone and was eliminated. And now, he'll be making his final run on Spartan Sasuke.
Yep, this is it for at least this course. Do one more for each course and then we'll get out of jumping. It's been a good ride on this course. Make it back to Stage 2, shall we?
Alright, Weapon Matt, for his 13th and likely his final appearance on Spartan Sasuke. He's had a good run. 5 Stage 1 clears, 1 Stage 3 attempt. Now it is time for him to make it count here on his possibly his last run on Spartan Sasuke. Anyways, Weapon Matt into the Pokeball. A lot of the obstacles on this stage new to Weapon Matt. So let's see how he does here in this tournament. Heading into the Magic Bridge, maneuvering the obstacle quite well. As he enters the Jumping Spider, he faced this obstacle back in Season 2, beat it in both Tournaments 6 and 7, so hopefully this won't be much of an issue for him. And he's quickly through the Jumping Spider, already a minute left, as he's halfway through the course. Entering the Captain Swing, he failed the double pendulum back in Tournament 13. This obstacle's kind of similar to that, except without the trampoline before it. Anyways, he's into the warped wall now. 43 seconds left to go as he scales the warp wall into the vehicle swing. He failed the Tarzan rope back in tournament 14. And now Weapon Matt into the vehicle swing, and he falls off. He pulls 100 units 751 from last tournament. And that's all she wrote for Weapon Matt on what might be his final run on the course. Fails the vehicle swing. I want to go back to the last tournament, 100 units failure. He failed in just about the same way, where he landed on the platform, but his mongoose still had momentum and was not able to slow down here. As you can see here, he lands it, but not quite able to stick it. He falls off. This is pretty much an exact mirror of 100 units failure in the last tournament. And this is a painful way to end your career on Spartan Sasuke. And there he is on the mangled mongoose parts. Weapon Matt will stay in the floods of Midoriyama with a destroyed mongoose. Alright, 16 competitors left to go now. Next up we have Mighty Max 80 back for his 11th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. This guy cleared the first stage in the last tournament, however was one of 4 competitors at tournament to fail the double salmon ladder. And that obstacle proved to be rather difficult in the last tournament. And now Mighty Max 80 hoping to get his 5th stage 1 clear today. This guy has been to stage 3 once before as well, that coming back in tournament 13. Now Mighty Max 80 looking to get his 5th clear on stage 1 today. He's heading into the jumping spider, gets the mount into it, gets the 2nd jump, 3rd jump, 4th jump, looking into the 5th jump, and Mighty Max through the jumping spider, heading into the captain swing. It's the first one. Alright, doing pretty good so far. 50 seconds left as he enters the 2nd swing. And now for the warp wall. Really doesn't want to repeat the mistake Weapon Matt made earlier. And now here he is on the vehicle swing. He beat this in the last tournament, but you cannot take this obstacle for granted. And he gets through the vehicle swing, ditching the mongoose as he enters the floating orbs. And Mighty Max 80, he looks like he's gonna get his 5th stage 1 clear, and does so with 18.3 seconds left on the clock. A very good time out of this veteran. Mighty Max 80, well done, becoming our 4th competitor this tournament to move on to the 2nd stage. Mighty Max 80 has been a rising star here in these past few tournaments, and he's proving his skill once again here in tournament 17. Well done, Mighty Max. After him, we had 5 more competitors take on the course. Evil Star 6 failed the solar steps, as well as Roselight. That was then followed up with Jeff H. I don't know what all that is. He failed the Magic Bridge. And then Surf Flamingo does something a little different here. It looks like he tries to stick the window. However, there's an invisible barrier that prevents you from jumping onto the actual windows themselves. And yeah, he fails spectacularly. And that now is followed up by American Booty. Quite the gamer tag, I know. He fails the jumping spider. Alright, we're down to the final 10 competitors this tournament. Our next competitor looking for a bit of revenge from last time.
I'm feeling pretty good. I felt a lot better in the last tournament. I really think last tournament was a missed opportunity. But coming into this tournament, I think this Captain's Wheel obstacle is probably the one that's going to be the make or break for me. So hopefully if I can get past this, I can hold my nerve on the mongoose.
Kicking off the final 10 is the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo, Hunter Unit 751. His appearances on Spartan Sasuke date all the way back to Tournament 1. He's competed in each of the first 8 tournaments where he's cleared Stage 1 in 6 of those 8 attempts, where 2 of them saw him get to the 3rd stage. However, after Tournament 8, he's went on a bit of a hiatus before coming back in Tournament 13. He's had 3 more appearances and has yet to clear Stage 1 since Tournament 8, which that came more than 2 years ago. He nearly beat Stage 1 in the last tournament, but suffered a very unfortunate failure. But now, Hunter Unit looking for revenge in this tournament. And here comes DHG Fireball giving him the back slap. Wishing Hunter Unit good luck. Now let's see if the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo can get revenge on Stage 1 and get his first clear on it in more than 2 years. And if he gets it, it'll be a long time coming. But he's put in quite the bit of practice this tournament. I think he's very capable of pulling it off. Knowing his history on Halo jumping, he's been jumping since the days of Halo 3. You know, this is a guy, you know, who can perform very well. He's had a bit of missed opportunities these past few tournaments, but he's looking to make up for it here in Tournament 17 as he defeats the Jumping Spider. Alright, eyeing down the Captain Swing. He was worried about this obstacle, but gets that first jump nicely. He's having a bit of trouble getting it swinging, but he gets the second one perfectly. As he enters the warp wall, Hunter Unit up it in 1.
Come on!
Yeah.
Come on!
Alright, here he is, the vehicle swing. This is where he failed in the last tournament. Hunter a good mount onto that pendulum, and Hunter Unit is through the vehicle swing. One more obstacle left to go. The floating orbs, and Hunter Unit is gonna do it. He's going back to Stage 2.
He falls on the last jump. It's about damn time!
About time indeed. And for his first time in over 2 years, Hunter Unit 751 is back! Hunter Unit, he was a little worried about the Captain Swing, and he overcame that, as well as the vehicle swing he failed in the last tournament, and cleared in spectacular fashion. Hunter Unit going back to Stage 2.
I think that I'll do pretty good. I had a banana sundae before I did my run, so my fingers are running at 1,000,000 fidgets per second, and yeah, I think that won't affect much, but I think I'll do great.
Next to take on the course is Atlantic Champ. Atlantic Champ achieved first place in Tournament 14, where he was the only competitor in that tournament to reach the 3rd stage. In the next tournament, however, he, like everyone else, failed Stage 1. And in Tournament 16, he got back to the 2nd stage. However, like many on the 2nd stage, he would fail the double salmon ladder. So Atlantic Champ back for his 11th appearance here on Spartan Sasuke. How will this rising veteran do here on the course? 100 seconds, and Atlantic Champ is off. He's had one of the better results here in Season 4. Atlantic Champ looking to get a return trip to the 3rd stage. But he's gonna have to get through Stage 1 first, as he gets through the Pokeball and enters the Magic Bridge. Enters the first, bounce second, third, and Atlantic Champ moving into the Jumping Spider. Alright, gets a good amount. He's very skilled competitor here on this course. His appearances date all the way back to Tournament 5, where he beat the Jumping Spider in his debut, which ironically was the same tournament that Obstacle debuted as well. Anyways, Atlantic Champ through the captain swing, another obstacle down, entering the warped wall. Ooh, misses it on his first go. Gonna have to try again, which he gets up at this time. Alright, into the vehicle swing. We just saw Hunter unit get through this. Now, land a good mount onto the pendulum and jumps off the mongoose, heading into the floating orbs. And now Champ with a very fast time so far. Oh, cameraman screwed up there, but he clears with 22.3 seconds left on the clock. And Champ with the fastest time so far here on Tournament 17, becoming the 6th competitor this tournament to clear Stage 1. It was a very smooth run all throughout. He did have a bit of a slip up on the warped wall, but he got up and into to clear Stage 1 once again. Well done, Atlantic Champ. Next up is Longshot Arrow 76. He's only making his 5th appearance today, where he made his debut back in Tournament 13. Although his first couple appearances on the course weren't anything spectacular, he'd make a really good impression in Tournament 15, where he was one of just only 2 competitors to beat the 6 of 10 obstacles, the rolling jump, going out on the flying chute. His first true success, however, came in the last tournament, where he beat Stage 1 for his first time and nearly defeated Stage 2 as well, but slipped up on the final obstacle, the speed log. And now, Longshot Arrow 76 back for his 5th appearance on Spartan Sasuke. Been one of the rising stars here in 2019 jumping. He's well known in both this and the Roblox community. He's a British Roblox kid. Anyways, Longshot Arrow 76. He came very close to defeating the 2nd stage last tournament, so I think he's in a very good position this tournament to potentially reach the 3rd stage for his first time. However, he did say he was a little nervous going into this run, so will he be able to overcome it? He has a lot more responsibilities now, being a veteran, so he gets into the jumping spider, good amount into it. Alright, he gets that 4th jump, 5th jump, and long shot through the jumpy spider, heading into the captain swing. Alright, gets that 1st jump, jumps a little early, and jumps up short! Long shot, no! He's out on the captain swing, the 5th obstacle, and long shot. The rising star out on Stage 1. Let's see what he did wrong here. Alright, he gets the 1st jump nicely, but it's going into the 2nd jump. As you can see here, he jumps way too early. He should have waited for that swing to reach the end, and that simple mistake has cost him Stage 1 victory. Alright, and we had another couple of competitors go. After him, Jester King failed the solar steps, and now is followed by Mr. Sasuke Yamada, where he, much like the real Yamada, ran out of time on the warped wall. You know, both of them are pretty common with that. And we have another warped wall timeout. And with that, we have only 5 contestants left to go, and these are the best of the best. These are the Spartan Sasuke All-Stars, beginning with Flame Vortex 03.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. The wheel thingies behind me kind of freaked me out a bit, and so did the jumping spider, but the rest of it I feel pretty good on. I think that I certainly have the ability to. I'm not 100% sure that I will, but I think that I definitely can make it back there.
The first of 5 All-Stars taking on the 1st stage this tournament is Flame Vortex 03. He's making his 13th appearance today, and his appearances date all the way back to the 1st tournament. He was promoted to All-Star after Tournament 12 after getting 1st place, as also backed up by the fact he's one of the most consistent competitors on the course, being only one of 2 to clear every single Stage 1 in Season 3. In the last tournament, he got back to the 3rd stage, where he went out on the Lunatic Cliffhanger, the 4th obstacle, where he couldn't even get to the 2nd of 6 ledges. And now, Flame Vortex 03 here to kick off the All-Stars here in Tournament 17 of Spartan Sasuke. He'll have 100 seconds. Let's see how he does here on this course. Flame put on a very fast time in the last tournament, so you know he's going to want to go quick here. Going straight into that Pokeball, no jump needed. Flame heading into the Pokeball with urgency. This is the urgency of an all-star right here. Flame Vortex 03 into the jumping spider. You know, this is an obstacle he tends to dread, but you know, he makes it count every time he attempts it, so he's through it again this tournament. And into the captain swing, we just saw Long Shot go out here earlier, but doesn't make the same mistake. He waits till it reaches that peak, and Flame already at the warped wall. Taking this time, lining up for the obstacle, and he's up it in one. Flame Vortex 03, 42 seconds left. He's putting on one of the fastest times so far. Can he beat Atlantic Champ's time? His time was 22.3 seconds left. Can Flame beat that? 30 seconds left as he's climbing the floating orbs. And Flame, he's gonna get the fastest time. 24.5 seconds. An absolutely demolishing run out of Flame Vortex 03. Kicking off the All-Stars very well here in this tournament. Flame Vortex 03 blowing up this stage 1 with a nuclear bomb. As Flame Vortex 03, the first All-Star in this tournament, is moving back on to the second stage. Well done, Flame Vortex 03.
Feeling pretty good. I'm a little nervous about the Bedangle Dongle, but the Skiddly Doo, I'm feeling pretty confident on, and I don't know if I'm gonna hit a banana split anywhere or banana. I'm feeling pretty confident on the Ting Tong little ding-along, but I think I'm feeling pretty good to get to stage 2.
Alright then, next up, we have our next All-Star, DHG Fireball. He is only one of 2 competitors now to have competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke. His best performance came in Tournament 8, where he reached the final stage only to come up short of reaching the top of the tower. The last time before the last tournament he got to the 3rd stage was in Tournament 11, where he made it back there for his first time since then in the last tournament, where he beat the Lunatic Cliffhanger only to fail at the very beginning of the vertical limit, an obstacle he very easily defeated in Tournament 11. And now, getting the back slap from Hunter Unit 751, much like how Fireball gave Hunter the back slap for his run. And now, DHG Fireball, one of 2 competitors to have competed in every tournament, the Shingo Yamamoto of Spartan Sasuke, back at the stage 1 start line. And he's off for his 100 seconds. DHG Fireball, one of the best competitors on this course. He's had a few stage 1 failures, especially back in seasons 2 and 3, but I really feel like DHG Fireball has picked up a lot of steam since. He's got a very good crowd following him for this run, much like Hunter earlier. Both of these guys did run in the same session, however they're much farther apart in the run order. Anyways, DHG Fireball into the jumping spider, stitching that jump, getting into the 3rd, 4th, looking into the 5th, and Fireball through another obstacle. Fireball failed the double pendulum back in Tournament 13. Hopefully he won't make the same mistake here. Hopefully this isn't giving him Vietnam flashbacks, but he makes it through. And onto the warped wall, easily up in 1. 36 seconds left, probably not going to have the fastest time, but gets a good mount onto the vehicle swing, making each jump count. And it's definitely not going to be the fastest time, but Fireball definitely going to put up a very good time here indeed. 16.4 seconds left. DHG Fireball gets his 10th stage 1 clear. 10th time clearing stage 1. A very solid performance all throughout, much as to be expected from an all-star like him. And DSG Fireball will be moving on to the second stage for his 10th time, getting double-digit clears in this tournament.
It feels good to be an all-star, but being in this first tournament as an all-star is another reason I could fail. Overconfidence is definitely overseen in these kind of tournaments, and it's going to be very interesting how I perform.
Say hello to the newest all-star. Next up is Strafe Helix. Strafe Helix has competed in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 4, where he was the first competitor to ever fail the warped wall. His biggest success came in Tournament 7, where he shocked everyone by getting to the final stage on the tournament, where he beat stage 1 for his first time. However, in the tournaments following, he would prove that was not a fluke, as he would nearly defeat the third stage again in Tournament 8, as he would get back to stage 3 again in Tournaments 11, 12, and Tournament 13, where he got far once again, only to fail the 6 of 7 obstacles, the vertical limit. In the last tournament, he got really far on stage 3 again, failing the Devil's Swing. He nearly defeated it too, but a very unfortunate failure there. However, that was enough for him to be promoted to All-Star, the highest rank you can have here on Spartan Sasuke. Will he be able to continue his success with this new rank? We have seen All-Stars in the past dwindle whenever they did get the promotion. Hopefully Strafe Helix will not fall into the same curse. But he's moving along very quickly here as he enters the Magic Bridge. Second bounce, third bounce, and Strafe Helix, one of the best British competitors, onto the Jumping Spider. But he jumps so late! No, Strafe, he's out of the Jumping Spider! And the competitor who had just been promoted to All-Star this tournament, he's out on the first stage. This is his third time. In the previous 4 tournaments, he's failed stage 1. And Strafe Helix, this is what he was talking about in his interview earlier. I think he's gonna have to eat his own words, because he does put in a lot of practice for each tournament. However, he does not balance it out well. He puts in a lot of practice with stage 3 in particular, but he tends to take stages 1 and 2 especially for granted, and this is exactly what happened here. And now that Strafe Helix is an all-star, he's gonna have to overcome this weakness in the tournaments following. And Strafe Helix out on the Jumping Spider this tournament.
Well, obviously after failing stage 2 in the last tournament, my goal would be to get back there and get back to stage 3. I think that's my goal every single tournament, but I can't be thinking about stage 2 that much right now, because I got to worry about the stage 1, which is actually, there's some tough obstacles on here, some stuff I'm worried about, so my focus right now is just on this stage.
The next to last competitor to take on the course's tournament is the host of Halo Ninja Warrior, Smokey Massacre. Like DSG Fireball, Smokey has competed in every tournament of Spartan Sasuke. And Smokey Massacre holds a feat which nobody in the history of Halo jumping has ever accomplished. He achieved total victory in Tournament 8, achieving that with 0.96 seconds left, but in Tournament 13, he shocked everybody by doing it a second time with 3.25 seconds left on the clock, becoming the first and only 2-time grand champion on a major course. However, Since then, his performances have dwindled. He failed stage 1 in both tournaments 14 and 15, and although he was able to get past the first stage in tournament 16, he would end up failing the second stage for his first time ever in the last tournament, going out on the double salmon ladder. And now, Smoky Massacre had a string of bad luck here in recent tournaments, Lady Luck dealing him a bad hand, but Smoky Massacre, he's really wants to move on past his previous failures this season. He wants to get to stage 3 for his first time in over a year, but he's gonna have to get through stage 1 first. It is a tough stage 1. Some parts of it can be tougher than the last tournament. However, Smoky Massacre, being one of the best competitors in the history of Halo jumping, I think he has a very good chance to capitalize. Anyways, Smoky Massacre heading to the Jumping Spider. He failed this back in Tournament 7, and we just saw Strife fail it earlier, but he doesn't pull a Vulcan. He's heading through the Jumping Spider, and Smoky Massacre through another obstacle. Now for the Captain Swing, this is one he said he was worried about, giving flashbacks from the double pendulum back in Tournament 12. However, that failure was more of a fluke, as he would then go on to get his second total victory in Tournament 13, of course. Anyway, Smoky Massacre on a very quick pace so far as he enters the vehicle swing. Alright, taking a bit of a slower approach, much like he did in the last tournament. Smoky lining up for the floating orbs, and Smoky Massacre is gonna head back to stage 2, and he also clears with 24.5 seconds, and I think he might have had a slightly faster time than Flame Vortex. So that means Smoky Massacre coming out of stage 1 so far with the fastest time. Smoky Massacre taking his time here on the vehicle swing. He does tend to worry about mongoose obstacles, but he overcame the vehicle swing much like he did in the last tournament, and now he'll have his chance at stage 2 revenge.
I mean, it's cool, anecdotally to be, first ever 100, and it's, I guess even cooler that the tournament now has 100 competitors. Hopefully it'll bring in, a lot of new faces and some funny moments and stuff.
The final competitor to take on the course this tournament, and Spartan Sasuke's first Mr. 100, Double Ump. Double Ump has had a very impressive career here on Spartan Sasuke. He got to the final stage in both tournaments 3 and 4, and in tournament 4 he became Spartan Sasuke's very first grand champion, clearing with only a mere 3/10 of a second left on the clock to stand up top the throne. However, his success did not stop there. More impressively, he got back to the final stage in both Tournament 7 and Tournament 13, and although he came up short both of these times, he is the only competitor in Spartan Sasuke to have attempted every version of Spartan Sasuke's final stage. However, in the last tournament, he came very close to making it 5 appearances on stage 4, but a slip up at the very end of the last obstacle on stage 3 to pinch climb cost him a return trip to the final stage, and there is that final stage tower. It has not been attempted yet this season. Double Ump, he nearly reached that in the last tournament, and now he comes into Spartan Sasuke 17 as the very first Mr. 100. He got first place in both of the previous 2 tournaments, where he got farther than anyone in the tournament where no one cleared stage 1, and nearly defeated stage 3 in the last tournament. And now Double Ump is the most likely competitor going into this tournament to reach the final stage. He is the favorite here in Tournament 17, and this is the most anticipated run of the tournament. Double Ump heading into the Magic Bridge. making each of these jumps well. Now, Ump Double Ump did admit that he hasn't put in a lot of practice going into this tournament. However, he did return coming into tournament 17 to be the first number 100. Anyways, 50 seconds left as he enters the captain swing. Will his lack of practice cost him here in tournament 17? Alright, he's into the second swing and heading into the warp wall. 35 seconds left. He's not at the fastest pace, but he's up the warp wall in one, heading into the vehicle swing. Very good with mongoose obstacles. This should be no trouble for him. And of course it's not. He's into the floating orbs. And Ump Double Ump is going to set double-digit clears for this tournament, becoming the 10th competitor this tournament to clear stage 1 with 11.1 seconds left on the clock. Ump Double Ump, Mr. 100, moving on to the second stage this tournament. Ump Double Ump, very good with these mongoose obstacles, absolutely destroying the vehicle swing. And he becomes the 10th competitor this tournament out of 100 to move on to stage 2. Well done, Ump Double Ump. Before we move on to the second stage of this tournament, let's look at this tournament, Spartan Slayer. This is going to be a long one, guys, because we have a new record for most failed obstacle in a single tournament. It is the jumping spider with 25 failures, the previous record held by the hazard bar back in tournament 8. This being the first 100 competitor tournament means that a lot more competitors can fail these early obstacles. And shout out going to the solar steps for knocking out 24 competitors, but the jumping spider had one more failure with 25. 45 competitors got to the jumping spider this tournament, meaning only 20 of the 45 were able to defeat it. That is more than a 55% failure rate on this obstacle. You see a wide variety of competitors fail the jumping spider too, from newcomers to veterans and all-stars alike, all failing the jumping spider in many sorts of ways. And the jumping spider, this is its 6th time appearing on Spartan Sasuke, and it is proven once again to be one of the deadliest obstacles in the course's history. And the jumping spider eliminating 25 competitors here in tournament 17. And with that, we've come to the end of stage 1. 100 competitors came to take it on, and of those 100, only 10 are moving on to the second stage. That is less than last tournament. Seeker Squad 157, Quantum Xenon, Wolf Ninja 1225, Mighty Max 80, Hunter Unit 751, Atlantic Champ, Flame Vortex 03, DHG Fireball, Smokey Massacre, and Ump Double Ump are all moving on to the second stage. For these 10, the journey has only begun, for it is time for these 10 to move on to the second stage of Spartan Sasuke Tournament 17.
Well, it's been a long time coming. It's great to be back on stage 2. In terms of the course itself, I'm a little bit worried about this salmon ladder. I think it's going to be the big difference in terms of getting past it and how much time I'll have left. So hopefully I can have a good run on it and hopefully do well on this stage.
Well, I mean, the fidgeting's still going on a little bit, but I don't think that'll bother me. The country roads will still take me home.
I'm feeling pretty good, besides the metal spin, which, I don't know why, just during practice I've been doing terrible at it. But I have gotten past it. I have gotten past it. in some of the practice runs, so I know I can get past it, and I think that I can beat this stage.
Got a good 50-50 chance. I'm worried about the Snaz Schlop, but on the Ding Dong Ching Chong, I gotta watch out for the banana split. So I don't know about on the flippity flop, but I think if I get past the triangle doodles, then I'll be fine.
Well, after the last tournament, failing the salmon ladder, I think there's a pretty big gap between just wanting to beat the salmon ladder again and then wanting to beat stage 2 again, because there's a lot of obstacles on the stage that could take me out. But the salmon ladder, obviously, I want to make sure I get back there. I don't want to mess up the first obstacle, and then I want to make sure I actually get onto the salmon ladder. Then I got to make sure I clear it, and then hopefully that will lead to me clearing this whole stage, because usually I've been pretty good at stage 2, but last tournament was pretty rough. So hopefully we'll bounce back this time.
Stage 2 is really tricky, so you gotta just stay focused the whole time. There's several obstacles that can take you out, whenever. So you just gotta stay in your A game.
The second stage of Spartan Sasuke Tournament 17. 10 competitors left standing to take on an almost identical second stage to that of the last tournament. But it's a stage that none of these competitors can underestimate. And kicking off the second stage this tournament is Seeker Squad 157 taking on the second stage for his very first time. On his 5th appearance, he'll have 85 seconds to get through 6 obstacles, beginning with the slider drop. Alright, here he goes into the slider drop, and oh no, he's out! No! Seeker Squad out on just the first obstacle. And this marks the first time in the history of Spartan Sasuke anybody has failed the first obstacle of stage 2. And it just happened to be Seeker Squad on his first time attempting it. Alright, now we have a newcomer. This is Quantum Xenon, trained by Alpha Puma. Made it to the second stage on his first attempt. Alright, he's through the slider drop, unlike Seeker Squad. But now for the double salmon ladder. He said he was quite worried about this obstacle. Having trouble getting up to that second bar. You want to time your crouch about at the same time you jump, and you might be crouching a little late here. He's already down to a minute. The more you fail getting up the salmon ladder, the more time it's going to cost later on. And he's already off, and no, Quantum Xenon out on the double salmon ladder. Alright, next up, Wolf Ninja 1225. This is a competitor who has faced the wrath of the salmon ladder in the past. However, that was a straight up version, as he failed to even get up to the second bar. So let's see if... Oh, no, he's not out on the slider drop. I thought he would have failed there. That was a very close call, but he's onto the double salmon ladder. He gets up to that second bar, unlike his Tournament 13 run. Alright, having a little trouble here. Getting up to that third one, he's suffering the same problem as Quantum. He's not timing his crouch correctly. Oh, he slipped back down to the second bar and down to the first bar. What is going on, Wolf? Come on! What is it with you in the salmon ladder? You gotta time your crouch correctly, man. Come on! Crouch when you jump! No! I'm sorry, but that was a noob move there. Jeez, that was pathetic. Anyways, on to Mighty Max 80. This guy, he failed the double salmon ladder in the last tournament. In fact, I'm pretty sure he failed the mount onto it. And the mount has been made a little easier for this tournament, as you can see by that extra piece of runway there. But hopefully he won't pull a Wolf Ninja there. And he does not. This is a guy who's he's pretty good at the salmon ladder, so he's making each jump count, getting up each jump first attempt. This is definitely going to help him. And he'll be the first this tournament to take on the Delta Bridge. Alright, he's taking his time, doing a safe jump there. However, this is a stage about speed, so he can't go too slow here. As he goes straight for the dismount, he's down to 40 seconds. He's going to want to pick up the pace here, starting with the rolling maze. Ooh, having trouble getting the log rolling. This is going to cost him some time. It's only down to 30 seconds. He's really gonna need to make it up here on these final 2 obstacles. Alright, navigating the last part of the rolling maze, and 20 seconds left as he goes into the middle spin. He's gonna have to make it up here. Goes straight for the dismount. Oh, but he gets into the passenger seat on the monitors. That's gonna cost him some time for the speed lock. The klaxon sounding. Mighty Max, oh, he's going slow. No, what are you doing, Mighty? Come on, go, go, go. This is gonna be close. Oh, he made it. He just made it. Mighty Max 80 barely scrapes through the second stage with just 5/100ths of a second left on the clock. Look at the timer here. Look at how close he came to running out of time. If the timer turns black, that means he runs out of time, but it does not. He clears with 5/100ths of a second left on the clock. The closest finish we've ever seen on Spartan Sasuke. Well done to Mighty Max 80. That was very intense, but now we can move on to Hunter Unit 751. This is his first time taking on Spartan Sasuke's second stage in more than 2 years. So how will Hunter Unit do here on the second stage? We're about to find out. 85 seconds for 6 obstacles. We just saw Mighty Max barely scrape by stage 2, but Hunter Unit preferably don't want to go a lot faster than that. Bit of a slip up here at the start of the salmon ladder, but Hunter Unit making it up on this first set. He has faced the double salmon ladder before, however, he hasn't faced this version of the double salmon ladder. Slips up going into that 8th and final ledge, but Hunter Unit has less time going into the Delta Bridge. What is he going to do to make up time? Oh, he's going to go straight for it, full send, and this is definitely going to help save him some time for these later obstacles. Alright, Hunter into the rolling maze. Let's see what he can do here. 30 seconds left. Doing pretty good so far. And Hunter into the metal spin. With 20 seconds left, gets the safe jump as he enters the speed lock. He's near the end of stage 2. If he can get to stage 3, that'd be even more impressive. He's heading through the obstacle, and Hunter Unit's done it. He's going to stage 3 as well in his incredible run. Here in Spartan Sasuke 17, his incredible comeback will continue onward to the 3rd stage. And like I said on stage 1, Hunter is back. Hunter Unit 751 with a spectacular run on stage 2 and a spectacular flop there. Wipeout there. Alright, but it wasn't just Hunter that succeeded. Our next 3 competitors all succeeded. Elena Champ cleared with 8.2 seconds left on the clock. That was then followed up with Flame Vortex 3, who got the fastest time so far with 9.3 seconds left to spare, clearing stage 2 for his 2nd tournament in a row, as well as DHG Fireball. DHG Fireball, he cleared with 7.3 seconds left to spare, and he'll be moving on to the 3rd stage as well. Alright, 2 competitors left to go now. Next up is Smoky Massacre, the host of Halo Ninja Warrior. Smoky Massacre looking for a bit of revenge here on stage 2 after he failed mounting into the double salmon ladder last tournament, failing the 2nd stage for his first ever time on this course. And now here it is. Here comes the jump he failed last tournament. It has been made easier, and he gets it this time. And now Smoky Massacre can fly. And here he is on the 2nd set of the salmon ladder. Bit of a slip up there, but Spring jumps up the rest of it. So got a minute left heading into the Delta Bridge. Alright, Smoky Massacre heading into this Delta Bridge. He full sends it much like Hunter Unit did. And Smoky Massacre heading into the rolling maze. Still got 43 seconds left, got quite a bit of time in hand, so he can take his time here in the later parts of the stage. There's no need to rush now, he just needs to focus on clearing. Alright, 30 seconds left as he dismounts from the rolling maze onto the metal spin. This is very similar to the one he has on his course, so no problems for him there. As he lines up for the speed lock, Smoky Massacre tends to struggle with launch obstacles. This is one of them here. We saw Launch Shot last tournament fail it, but not Smoky Massacre. He's gonna get revenge on stage 2 to move on to the third stage for his 10th time. Smoky Massacre, well done. Getting revenge on the second stage. Beats the mount of the double salmon ladder he failed in the last tournament, and destroys the rest of stage 2 to move on to the third stage. Well done, Smoky Massacre, moving back there for his first time in over a year. Alright, we're now down to the final contestant here on the second stage. This is Ump Double Ump, Mr. 100. If Ump Double Ump clears stage 2 in this tournament, we will set a new record for most competitors moving on to stage 3. We'll have the stage 2 clear record set if Ump Double Ump can get past the second stage here. Alright, looks like he's gonna spring jump up the double salmon ladder, much like Smoky Massacre earlier. Gets the transfer. And Ump Double Ump taking his time here on the second set. And he makes it up. Ump Double Ump heading into the Delta Bridge. He beat this stage in the last tournament, so it should be no trouble for him. Ump Double Ump taking his time here on the Delta Bridge, not wanting to make a mistake. However, look at the timer. He's only down to 40 seconds, so he's really going to need to pick it up here on these last 3 obstacles. Beginning with the rolling maze. He punches the log there to get him moving. That might help save him some time, but he's really going to need to pick it up here on these last 2 obstacles. Beginning with the metal spin, 20 seconds left as he enters the metal spin, and he comes up short! Ump Double Ump is out on the metal spin! Ump out on stage 2, and we will not have a new stage 2 clear record set this tournament. Ump Double Ump out on the metal spin. I think he knew he was low on time, so he had to just go for it. But he doesn't get enough height to reach the top of that column there like he needed to. He comes up short, his feet just below the ledge where he needed to land. And Ump Double Ump, for only his 3rd time, fails the second stage, and the competitor most likely to get to the final stages tournament is out on the metal spin of the second stage. Bad luck to Ump Double Ump, Mr. 100 out on stage 2. And we'll be moving on to stage 3 without him. 6 competitors moving on to the third stage this tournament. Mighty Max 80, Hunter Unit 751, Atlantic Champ, Flame Vortex 03, DHG Fireball, and Smoky Massacre will now be moving on to the toughest third stage of all. Will we see a final stage attempt this tournament? There's only one way to find out.
Well, it's been a pretty amazing comeback and an amazing tournament so far. Just seeing the scale of this third stage is ridiculous, and I think it kind of makes me realise just how well I've done so far. I feel after watching Puma in the last tournament, getting back to stage 3, it's given me great motivation coming into this tournament and now making it to the third stage. So hopefully I can keep the dream going a little bit longer.
Well, with the names that have gone here, I'm kind of a little scared, but it's beyond me. Fidgeting, it's still happening, you know? But other than that, I feel like I'm gonna go out on cliffhanger again. It's really a tough obstacle. But we'll just see what happens.
I don't think it's gonna happen because of how much I've been struggling with that and the planet bridge.
Definitely feeling pretty good about getting past a cliffhanger. I don't know, final stage is definitely gonna be a tough one. I gotta get past the Ninjas and Slag before I can get to the final stage, and if I can get past the Chompin' Lompin', then might be able to get to the vertical limit Kai, but you know, anything could happen. Just gotta skiddly bomb-boozle your way through the stage.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's been so long since I've been on stage 3. I mean, tournament 13, yeah, that was a little while ago. So, 2 stage 1 failures, 1 second stage failure. Now we're back on stage 3. I am 100% expecting to fail this stage, but I'll be very satisfied with that because it's stage 3, and just getting here is the goal I set for myself this tournament. So, I'm happy I'm here, and I hope I just make it an exciting run.
The third stage of Spartan Sasuke, the toughest hurdle standing in between a competitor and the final stage. 8 grueling obstacles, 2 of which are brand new. How will our remaining 6 competitors fare? Will we be able to see the final stage for the first time in over a year? It is up to these 6 competitors to determine that. First to go is Mighty Max 80. This is his second time on the third stage. Last time he made it here was back in Tournament 13, where he failed the second of 7 obstacles of floating boards, which ironically was the same tournament Smoky Massacre got his second total victory. Could he get a third? But we'll just have to find out soon enough. Mighty Max 80 through the first obstacle, the hinge. It was a new obstacle, and he figures it out. Now for the Sidewinder. Sidewinder has been moved back to the second obstacle as opposed to the third obstacle. Mighty Max 80. He failed the second obstacle back in Tournament 13, so if he can get through the Sidewinder, this will be a personal best for him. So let's see if he can do that. Let's see if Mighty can get a personal best, which he gets that 4th head slide, and he does. He's through the Sidewinder. And now for our second new obstacle, the Planet Bridge. This is a diabolical obstacle. You have 6 golf balls, which there's a wall that separates the landing on each golf ball, making them more difficult to jump onto. And there are 6 of them. You have to be careful to control your momentum all throughout. Mighty Max 80 comes up short of the third one, and Mighty Max 80 cannot figure out the new obstacle, the Planet Bridge. Let's see what went wrong here. He is the first person to attempt this new obstacle, and it strikes him down. He just comes up short of the third one. I feel like if he crouched there, he probably could have made it, but that could have risked him coming up short of the 4th one. Who knows? But now we move on to Hunter Unit 751, who is on the comeback of a lifetime here in Tournament 17. Not only is this his first time on Stage 3, since Tournament 8 of Spartan Sasuke, this is the last time he made it to the 3rd stage on any major course outside of Abs Warrior. Anyways, Hunter Unit 751, his first time taking on a 3rd stage in more than 2 years. Hunter Unit on the first of 8 obstacles, the hinge. You have to corner jump around twice, kind of help prepare you for the cliffhanger to come. Anyways, Hunter through the first obstacle, the hinge, and now into the Sidewinder. This is only his 3rd time on the 3rd stage. The last time, the two times he's made it here, Tournament 4, he got all the way to the final obstacle, and in his last time attempting this stage, he only got to the 3rd obstacle. So let's see how far Hunter can get here on his comeback. Alpha Puma failed the Sidewinder back in Tournament 16 on his comeback, but now on Hunter's comeback, he gets through the Sidewinder. But now for the Planet Bridge. We just saw Mighty Max 80 go out here. Can Hunter Unit 751 be the first to figure out this new obstacle? He's taking his time, thinking about what approach to take here. Does he want to go straight for it, or does he want to play it safe and try to stick that first one? Alright, let's see. Safe jumping on that first one. Oh, it goes straight for the second, and he comes up short! And 100 unit 751's amazing comeback comes to an end on this new obstacle, the Planet Bridge. Yeah, he tried safe jumping on the first one and tried going straight for the second ball, but comes up short, doesn't quite get enough momentum to reach it, and 100 unit 751's amazing comeback ends on the Planet Bridge. Alright, next to take on the third stage is Atlantic Champ. Atlantic Champ, last time he made it here was in Tournament 14. He was the first competitor to take on the third stage in this season, and now Atlantic Champ has returned to the third stage. Now, he failed the Lunatic Cliffhanger back in Tournament 14. However, no one has even gotten that far this tournament. Now it will be up to Atlantic Champ to be the first to get through the Planet Bridge and get back to the Lunatic Cliffhanger, where he failed in Tournament 14. Alright, here he is on the hinge, doing pretty well so far, getting each of the corner jumps, and gets to that final edge, and Atlantic Champ through the first obstacle, the hinge. Onto the Sidewinder. He was a little worried about this obstacle going into this tournament. And he's into the third headside. Now for the fourth one. And Atlantic Champ through another obstacle. Can he be the first to figure out the Planet Bridge? Oh, he's going straight for each jump. Atlantic at a very good pace so far. And Atlantic Champ through the Planet Bridge. The first to defeat that new obstacle. And now back to familiar territory. The Lunatic Cliffhanger. This is the obstacle he failed back in Tournament 14. He failed getting to the fifth ledge. Alright, Atlantic Champ, he comes up short of the second corner jump. And Atlantic Champ can't even get back to the fifth ledge. Atlantic Champ, he didn't even have to spring jump that third ledge. The corner jumps have made a little easier this tournament, but he still fails. It looks like he tried to go for the spring jump for that second one, but he wasn't able to get it off, and I think that threw him off. And Atlantic Champ out on the Cliffhanger again. And speaking of the Cliffhanger, our next competitor, Flame Vortex 03, has had quite a war with this obstacle. The Cliffhanger has evolved quite a lot over the years. Flame Vortex 03, of the 4 times he's attempted the Cliffhanger, has never defeated it. One of these 4 times coming in the last tournament, where he couldn't even get to the second ledge. The Lunatic Cliffhanger is an absolutely diabolical obstacle. Even though it has been nerfed, it is still a very tricky obstacle. And Flame Vortex 03 knows that very well, as no one has defeated it so far. We're halfway through the third stage this tournament. Can Flame defeat his ultimate nemesis? Can he go 1 for 5 on the Cliffhanger? But he's gonna have to get there first. And his first challenge, the hinge. This is going to help him prepare for the Cliffhanger, doing all these corner jumps. Flame through the second one, into the final ledge, and Flame Vortex 03 through the hinge. Alright, looking into the Sidewinder, he beat this obstacle in the last tournament, so hopefully it won't be any trouble for him. Let's see how he handles it this time. Gets into the second head slide. I'm doing a bit of a celebratory melee there. Ooh, doesn't even crouch going into each of the head slides. They have confidence here out of Flame Vortex 03. Nicely through the Sidewinder. Now for the new obstacle, the Planet Bridge. What approach is he going to take here? We just saw Atlantic Champ get through it, but this is a very tough obstacle. Flame. Alright, we safe jumping much like Hunter. But, ooh, gets the short hop to stick the first ball. This This is going to help him get more momentum for the second ball. Now, looks like he's going to full send through the rest of the obstacle. And flame through the planet bridge. And now here it is, the moment of truth, the lunatic cliffhanger. Flame Vortex 03 has never defeated a cliffhanger in Spartan Sasuke or any course in general. Can Flame Vortex 03 defeat a cliffhanger for his very first time? Ooh, springs jumps into that second ledge. You don't have to spring jump into that second one. You can just sprint into it, but springs again going into that first 90-degree jump. Now for the second one. Flame lining up. Oh, not very comfortable with this jump. Flame resets himself to attempt to jump again. Alright, here we go. Straight into it. And into the fourth ledge. Alright, Flame looking into that fifth ledge. Ooh, he's really far in that ledge. Flame, he chumps up short. He pulls an elated champ from Tournament 14. And once again, Flame Vortex 03 out on the cliffhanger. Flame Vortex 03, what is it with you in this obstacle? I'll never understand. But either way, Flame Vortex 03 goes 0 for 5 on the cliffhanger. As we can see here, he should have been on the other end of the fourth ledge, should have treated it as a sprint jump, and does not get nearly enough momentum to reach the fifth ledge. And with that, we're only down to 2 competitors now. Next up, DHG Fireball. He's the only competitor taking on the third stage this tournament who has defeated the Lunatic Cliffhanger in the past. The 3 competitors that did defeat it last tournament, he's the only one of those 3 to make it back to the third stage this tournament, as Strafe Heel has failed stage 1 and Double Ump failed stage 2. Now of those 3, Fireball is the only one remaining who has defeated the Lunatic Cliffhanger in the past. However, will he be able to do it again here today? Fireball is a man who likes to go fast here on stage 3. He's quickly into the third head slide of the Sidewinder. One more left to go for Fireball. Lining himself up, taking a lot more time going into that one. The height of each head slide does get smaller the further you progress. And now Fireball looks like he's gonna full send the Planet Bridge, much like Atlantic Champ. Ooh, gets the full spread, but he makes it through the Planet Bridge. Onto the Lunatic Cliffhanger, straight into it. We just saw both Atlantic and Flame go out here. Can Fireball be the first competitor this tournament to defeat the Lunatic Cliffhanger? He's already on the fourth ledge. Looking into the fifth. He goes for the stage stratosphere as Flame, but he clears it and going straight for this huge jump. And Fireball gets through the Lunatic Cliffhanger, and now it's time for revenge on the vertical limit. This is the obstacle he failed in the last tournament. He hits the first corner jump, going for the second. Looking into the third set, one more left to go for Fireball. Before he completes it, Fireball, he jumps up short, and Fireball fails the vertical limit again. DHG Fireball. He defeated it back in Tournament 11, back when it was just a straight version. Now it has the 2 transfers, and Fireball, for the second tournament in a row, goes out on the vertical limit. He did a very good job getting through each of the first half of stage 3, but on the vertical limit, he nearly defeated it this time, but came up short of the last corner jump. And with that, we have now come down to the last man standing, Smoky Massacre. He is our last hope for seeing a final stage attempt this tournament. Smokey Massacre, he hasn't been in this position in quite a long time. However, it's a position he should be very familiar with. Smokey Massacre, he is the last man who can reach stage 4 this tournament. And now here he is, getting good lucks from both Snoz and Ninty 7 Grizzlies. Much to my dismay. Anyway, Smokey Massacre getting ready to take on the third stage again. The third stage has been changed quite a lot since he last attempted it in Tournament 13. In fact, 7 of these obstacles are brand new to Smoky Massacre. He's already into the first obstacle to hinge. He skips the first corner jump. Well done by Smoky Massacre. And already through the hinge. Now, looking into the Sidewinder. He said he was pretty worried about these earlier obstacles. He almost hits the front of the second headslide. That could have been a disaster there. Crouch is going into that third one. Nicely done. One more left to go for Smoky Massacre. And he's through the Sidewinder. 2 obstacles down, 6 to go. Next up, the Planet Bridge. Doing a bit of a celebratory crouch there. Smoky Massacre looking into the Planet Bridge. Alright, what is he going to do here? He's still looking down the obstacle. He's into it. And he comes up short. And that is it for Tournament 17. All 100 competitors have failed before the final stage. And Tournament 17 ends on the third stage. Smoky Massacre can't even get into the first ball of the Planet Bridge. This is painful. This is someone who can normally get really far into the third stage. But just like that, on that new obstacle, the Planet Bridge, it's game over.
Game over.
And for the 4th tournament in a row, we will not see anyone advance to the final stage. And this is the longest gap time-wise we've not seen a third stage success. And with that, that will conclude Tournament 17. 100 competitors came in for the first 100 competitor tournament, but with double the competitors, proved double the failures as all 100 have been defeated. Had anyone gotten past the vertical limit, there still would have been 3 more obstacles: the climbing bars, the devil swing, and the undefeated pinch climb. All these obstacles will have to wait another tournament before they get attempted. But in the meantime, I'm RPG445, and I'll see you in the winter for Tournament 18. Farewell, everybody.